This is the WJTS News. In tonight's news, Forest Park High School wants the community to be aware of a drill coming up on Friday. DuBois County's new jail committee tours the Daviess County Jail. And Will Read and Sing for Food is holding a benefit Thursday for the Humane Society. Kurt Guxell will be in to take a look at sports. And on WJTS Inform, Jan Dugan brings a discussion on the topic of med instead of meds. All still to come on 18 WJTS News. Good evening, I'm Bill Potter with the news. Forest Park High School will have an active shooter drill this Friday, May 4th, in an effort to better prepare students, staff, and law enforcement. Assistant Principal David Welp says there will be sounds of simulated gunfire, as well as the presence of numerous police cars and ambulances at the high school. Welp says school officials do not want the community to be alarmed by these sounds or by police and EMS activity. Residents are welcome to contact Forest Park Principal Jamie Pund or Assistant Principal David Welp with any questions about the training by calling 812-817-0900, 817-0900. Again, Friday it will only be a drill at the high school in Ferdinand at Forest Park High School. A local committee organized to study the criminal system in DuBois County took a look at a neighboring county's jail facility in hopes of igniting ideas of what could be in the future of the DuBois County Security Center. The committee, which was formed earlier this year after the National Institute of Corrections toured the DuBois County facility in December of 2017 and found an abundance of overcrowding and outdated security designs. The committee, headed by Gil Eckerly, took a tour of the Daviess County Security Center in Washington. Built in 2004, the facility can currently house up to 260 beds, along with an additional 52 beds for its work release center within the same building. 16-year veteran and current Daviess County Sheriff Jerry Harbstreet said when he first took office, the jail was only a 36-bed facility, with the sheriff's office facing the first signs of a drug epidemic.
When I first took office in 1999, we only had about 30 inmates, but that first year the methamphetamine wave came through the Midwest here. It came up through Texas, hit Missouri and all those states kind of at an angle, and hit us very hard. And all of a sudden I had 119 inmates that I could not get rid of. And so 119 inmates with 36 beds didn't go very well, and we had to house inmates in 5 other jails.
Many of the problems that faced Daviess County in the early 2000s with their jail and the need to increase security now face DuBois County. Eckerly says there is an abundance of information that still needs to be gathered before the committee can start to devise a plan to move forward with everything from a decision on what form of construction it will take for an improved facility, as well as how to fund the improvements. He says that the more information gathered ahead of any decisions, the better. The committee will be meeting the first Tuesday of the month, with the next meeting at 4 p.m. in the Superior Court chambers at the DuBois County Courthouse. Hundreds of residents brought in hundreds of pounds of medicines or medications for proper disposal this past weekend for the DuBois County's biannual Medication Collection Day event. 2 county fire departments and the state police post served as collection sites for the day. Tri-County or Tri-Cap RSVP Director Becky Beckman says that approximately 265 residents brought in 393 pounds of unused medications for proper disposal during the 4-hour event. The DuBois County Solid Waste District says each properly disposed of item reduces contamination in our water system and alleviates potential for accidental overdose or ingestion of outdated or incorrect medication. They note that it is medication kept away from kids, teenagers, or those susceptible to becoming prescription medication addicts. Another collection day will be set in the fall, but residents may also use one of the county's two 24/7 sites at the Jasper City Police Department and the Huntingburg Police Department. Sponsors for the event included the Indiana State Police Post, Jasper, the DuBois County Sheriff's Department, the DuBois and St. Henry Volunteer Fire Departments, and the Drug Enforcement Administration, DuBois County Substance Abuse Council, TRICAP RSVP, DuBois County Cares, and the DuBois County Solid Waste District. Will Read and Sing for Food will perform a public benefit show for the DuBois County Humane Society tomorrow, Thursday, May 3rd, at Hettinger Beverage Distributing in Jasper. Musicians Debbie Sheeter, Kyle Leakin, and Mark Stezik, along with humor writers Trina Severson and Scott Salmon, will take the stage beginning at 7 p.m. Jeff Sang, winner of a past Will Read and Sing for Food Choose a Charity drawing, selected the Humane Society as the recipients of donations received from the group's 137th show. Free beverages and snacks will be available. Since this is an outdoor show, bring your lawn chairs, and the show will move indoors if weather conditions are not favorable. Will Read and Sing for Food has raised $5,770 for the Humane Society over the course of several shows. To date, they have collected over $141,000 for 40-some charities and causes, mainly in DuBois County. Admission is a $10 donation per person. There also are 2 VIP table options, 2 umbrella tables that seat 4 people each on the patio for $20 per person. Now for that, Facebook message Hettinger Beverage Distributing Company to reserve that VIP seating. Sponsors for the show are for show number 137 include Joe and Libby Dedman in honor of the employees at GermanAmerican Insurance's Jasper office, Tim and Carla Momon, Pat and MJ Salmon, Pat and Jim Tin, Seifert Construction, and Tim Flick of Fueled Strength Meals. Superior Ag has announced the appointment of Becky Newlin as company controller. Newlin will be responsible to provide accurate financial information to management while maintaining and implementing internal control procedures to safeguard Superior Ag's assets. Duties will also include assisting the Chief Financial Officer in financial planning and analysis, accounting, and financial reporting, as well as managing the tax, internal audit, treasury, and investor relations functions. CFO Jim Gawker says the company is excited to have Becky as part of the Superior Ag team as they continue to see the company grow. Newlin received a Bachelor of Arts degree in accounting from William Woods University in Fulton, Missouri. She has an extensive background in finance, as she has recently served as Senior Director of Finance at United Benefits Advisors in Chicago since 2013 and has been an accounting manager for well-established companies since 1999. Governor Eric Holcomb has requested federal assistance for Hoosiers affected by historic flooding from February 14th through March 4th. In the letter to President Trump, Holcomb requested a disaster declaration for 9 Indiana counties for individual assistance and 27 counties for public assistance. Perry and Spencer counties are among those listed. If approved, individual assistance programs could provide grants for temporary housing, home repairs, and unlock other resources to help individuals and Hoosier business owners, including loans from the U.S. Small Business Administration. If the public assistance portion of the request is approved, federal funds may be reimbursed state and local response agencies for qualifying activities, such as emergency protective measures, debris removal, road repairs, and some personnel costs, that is. The newly revamped Indiana Workforce Training Cabinet is aiming to tackle the shortage of skilled workers in Indiana. The group's 21 members for the first time Tuesday. The cabinet chairman Danny Lopez says there's urgency because businesses are having trouble finding skilled workers to fill jobs in a growing economy. Business leaders and education officials on the board voiced concerns that businesses and schools aren't on the same page when it comes to preparing the next generation of workers. Holcomb and Republican lawmakers overhauled the cabinet's membership this year, but the changes conflict with federal guidelines. So Holcomb's office has requested a waiver from the U.S. Department of Labor in order to continue receiving federal money for the effort. Jasper-based GermanAmerican Bank Corp. Incorporated reported record quarterly net income of $11.8 million, or 51 cents per share for the first quarter of 2018. The company says the earnings performance represents an increase of approximately $2.2 million or 21% on a per share basis over the first quarter 2017 net income of $9.9 million or 42 cents per share. The current quarter net income was comparable to the fourth quarter 2017 reported net income of $11.6 million or 51 cents per share. The 2018 first quarter and 2017 fourth quarter reported net income and earnings per share were positively impacted by the federal income tax reform legislation enacted during the fourth quarter of 2017. The lower federal income tax rate had a positive impact of approximately $1.5 million or 6 cents per share during the first quarter of 2018. While the fourth quarter 2017 results were enhanced by a net tax benefit of approximately $2.3 million or 10 cents per share, related to reevaluation of deferred tax assets and liabilities in connection with the federal income tax reform legislation. In a release, German-American Chairman and CEO Mark Schrader says company officials continue to be extremely pleased with the pattern of consistent balance sheet growth and earnings improvement they've generated over the past several years. German-American's board of directors has also declared a regular quarterly cash dividend of 15 cents per share, which will be payable on May 20th to shareholders of record as of May 10th. Now please stay tuned. Weather, sports, and inform featuring Jan Dugan with important diet and eating information, all still to come on 18 WJTS News.